The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman baseball coach Tom Griffin, I'm Michael Watchering, and this is the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman loses a heartbreaker 10-9 to Lee. And, Coach, we had talked about defense throughout the year, and a defensive play doesn't totally decide the game, but it certainly turns the tide. For you as a coach, how do you try to continue to impact this game, trying to make sure that they are understanding that the work that you do on the other days are important for what you do here on the field?
They're very important, Michael. What 2 days can you go from here, euphoria, to Charlie Brown being the talk of Jeff City, being in Sports Center top 10, right? And then you go to this, where it's just this crushing blow you get, you know? And we mentioned it out there, and, you know, it's a kind of a microcosm of life. You have these highs, and you're going to have lows, and it's how you handle it. When they got back into the game, and it's sitting there as a tie game, you felt like you controlled the game. You know, like in football, you're controlling everything, the line of scrimmage, all of it. But all of a sudden, they're hanging around long enough, one or two things, now they're getting closer to it, 2 runs down, but you still felt like you were in control. And then that's the game of baseball. I mean, it changed quick. And credit to them for staying in it. Their pitchers that came in relief did a nice job stranding some runners, and their hitters plugged away. And, you know, you had the ball hit the second. You had hanging breaking ball hit out. So a lot of credit goes to them for staying in it. But I do like the fact that our guys, even though we got, you know, left hook in the chin, we were wobbling a little bit. We maintained, I thought, good composure and enthusiasm of, all right, let's get ready for the next pitch. It's a tie ball game. So what?
You mentioned the fact that they started to make a comeback. Well, you got sent down in order in 2 of the 3 innings as they were starting to make that comeback. How important is it for this team to continue to play add-on, even though you had a 5-run lead, and that's maybe something that you can impress upon them before this weekend?
You probably got to. I mean, I think each inning we're sitting here, like every at-bat you have in any game, it's special. Mm-hmm. Every at-bat. Don't look at it like, well, we're up 5-0. Like, every at-bat is a gift from the baseball gods. Take advantage of every pitch, soak it in. Every pitch you're competing with, you should never take time off from it because you don't get many of them. For most of these guys, 99% of them, they're not going anywhere past this. And so don't look at like, well, I've got 120 at-bats or 190 at-bats. No. This at-bat is the most important thing in your world at that time. So we want them to stay focused and have intent for every time they're in that box and for every pitch they see. And I think they do. Guys on the mounds have the same feeling too. And so, yeah, those quick innings happened, but we felt like our pitchers were doing a good job. And, you know, you had everything you wanted here. The good thing, we got some guys in the game who came off the bench and did a good job pinch hitting. You know, we had 3 guys come off the bench with pinch hits. That was good. We were able to play a lot of players and get their feet wet. A couple arms got out there that had not thrown, Mo Foster and Tyler Hicks, and they did a really good job. Young man, Hanson, goes in there and had a rough first inning, does a great job in the second inning. So, you know, we've got some good depth. You probably know how many 1-run games is that now we've had? Number 6. All right, that's good. That means that we're resilient and we're going to learn about how to handle this adversity. And we should have a lot of experience when it comes down to close games late. Mm-hmm. And we'll get better and we'll learn from it. It's tough. Yeah, you feel bad for the young man out there. But, you know, he had in that baseball. Yeah. Right? Yeah. The guy, you know, guy who makes the great play, leads off an inning, and then guy that something doesn't go great for him, he's up there with a chance to win it. And, man, I thought, well, he's going to get rewarded because he's a great young man, works extremely hard, and you feel terror for him. But that wasn't the game. That wasn't the game. It gets blown up, and he's got to deal with that, and we got to deal with that. But that wasn't the ball game. There were other things that took place throughout the whole game that you can point things at. But he'll grow from it, and we'll grow from it. We'll be fine, and like I said, he does a great job. He's a hardworking kid, and I hate it for him, man. I hate that. Mm-hmm. I'd rather it happen to me. Like I make a bad call or send a guy home and get thrown out. I'd rather that happen, to be honest with you. But That's why we play the game, brother.
You get 2 work days. What do you try to get accomplished over Wednesday and Thursday?
There's some guys we still got to get some reps for. You know, some guys haven't gotten a lot of at-bats. We've got to try to get live action for them. Defensively, we've got to keep working on things, man. Keep working on it. We're not going to walk away from it and no, we're going to keep coming out and getting our reps, working on fundamentals and getting our mind and getting our bodies right. I think we're competing well. I mean, would you feel like, and you've watched other games, do you feel like we're competing well?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, I do too. And I think our staff and our guys, I think we're competing well. They were hurting today, and that's a good sign. But I think we just keep coming out and working on some of the things that we have seen in the last 8 games that we've got to kind of tighten up a little bit.
Coach, appreciate the time. We'll talk to you in a couple days.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
It's Carson-Newman baseball coach Tom Griffin. I'm Michael Watchering, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.